Hello everyone and welcome to today's call. This is Reggie Patterson and today we're going to talk about how you can rebrand PLR video content. And I think we're live, so let's go ahead and get started. Today we're going to be talking about the benefits of using private label rights content in your business. We are going to talk about the old way of being able to rebrand it, and in particular we're going to be talking about video PLR. And we're going to talk about the new way of remaking it. And then we're going to be talking about a better way that you can start thinking about it if you want to rebrand your videos. And so let's first get into what I call the 2020 way of thinking about video PLR, in particular how you can rebrand it and how you can make it for your business. First, let's talk about what PLR is. It's basically content that is licensed to you, the buyer, to use in your business as if it were your own. Basically, you don't have to pay any royalties or credit to the person who sells it to you. You don't have to give him the attribution typically. What you're doing is you're taking the content, you're purchasing it, you're buying a license to use it as if it were your own, as if it were something that you're actually teaching. And the deal with PLR is that it's not necessarily written directly for you. And so the difference between having a ghostwriter write it for you and buying private label rights is that other people are going to have it. So you could have as many as 200 or 300 people who have the same content. So basically, it's a one-to-many piece of content that you're getting in order to reason your business. Now, don't worry about that. I'm going to tell you how you're going to be able to leverage it, even though other people are going to have it. It's still a great way of being able to leverage your content and build more of it. So why is PLR a great value? Why would you use it? Why is it a good use of the money you'd pay for it? Basically, what it does, it saves you research time, right? So you get a subject. Let's say that, someone writes a video course on Facebook ads. You don't know anything about Facebook ads and you're not going to be able to research it in an effective way. And so basically what happens is when you have PLR, you're being saved research time. You're also being saved preparation time. So in other words, let's go back to that private label rights course on Facebook ads, and you don't necessarily have the time to do it yourself. So even if you know it, you don't have time to do 20 videos in order to sell to someone or put inside your membership. And basically, when you buy it, it provides you a way to instantly provide additional value. So for example, you've got a membership site, you're talking about how to get publicity, but then someone needs to learn how to do Facebook ads. And so basically, inside of your membership, you're going to say, even though your product is going to be about publicity, you're going to be able to tell your people, hey, you know what? If you need to learn Facebook ads, I've actually got that inside of my membership. Go here. And you can watch that inside of the membership. So basically, you're creating additional value inside any product that you're selling. And so also, it gives you expertise. So let's say you don't really know anything about the topic and you've got to teach it. Basically, what private label rights does, it allows you to watch the same content and then to incorporate it into your presentation. Because you're not necessarily stealing it from anyone, you're actually buying private label rights so that you can teach it, so that you can present it as if you knew it. And it allows you to gain expertise very quickly on a topic that maybe you don't know anything about, right? So that's one of the reasons why it's a great value. One of the things that you can do, obviously, is you can use it as is, as if it were your own product. And there are lots of ways to take a PLR product to make it your own unique offer. And one of the things that I always tell people is add interviews. So let's go back to the example of Facebook ads. You don't have to be an expert. And even if you have the video course, one of the things you can do is you can actually get people who do know Facebook ads and add them to your course, right? Do interviews. You can also add in case studies. And so sometimes you can go and do the research on these. You can pull them directly from a Google search as long as you provide attribution. As long as you provide, credit to the writer, you can add in case studies. Or you can do your own research, right? You can, again, go and actually talk to people who've actually used, in this case, we're using Facebook ads as the example. You can actually go talk to people and get them to talk to you about their results and what they actually did. You can add in case studies. You can add in bonuses. So in other words, maybe what you're going to be adding are templates, or you're going to add in cheat sheets. You're going to add in things that maybe were not part of the video course, but you're adding additional value, right? That's what you're doing. You can add in new components to the course. So in other words, maybe video is one part of it, but you're going to add in a transcript. You're going to add in articles, or you're going to add in a summary of each video. I mean, there are lots of things that you can do to provide value, to make it personal, to make it a unique offer. So you don't just have to take the videos as is. You can add in other stuff to it to give people something that they can't get elsewhere, right? Anytime you create a product or a digital product of any kind, what you're trying to create is some kind of USP, right? Something that people can't get anyplace else other than from you. And what you're also trying to do is, at the end of the day, it doesn't matter whether or not someone else is, you also using the content. You want people to see the value when they get it from you. So when someone pays you for that video course, it really shouldn't matter that it's private label rights. All that really matters is that the person who buys from you actually sees the value that they're getting. That's really what matters, and it truly matters. And also, one of the things you can do is when you're rebranding audios and videos, what you can do is you can add in intros and outros and transitions. And so basically what you're doing is you're making them totally unique to anything because you're adding on your own context. If your market or niche, let's say, is going to be dog trainers, you're going to take that PLR video course on Facebook ads and you're going to add in your outro and your outro, just like bumpers on the ends of a car. You're going to add on bumpers to that video. And you're going to provide context to what is being talked about. You can also provide transition videos. So in other words, you can create a video that's going to be between videos 1 and 2, between videos 2 and 3, again, providing context. These are videos from you. Now, you didn't record the videos on Facebook ads, but you're providing the videos with context. Now, if you've got text PLR, you can make that unique, right? You can rewrite it and you can reorganize it. And you can also, take any documents that you have and you can add in your logos and your branding and you can make that content unique. You can use PLR to make any membership site. So in other words, one of the things you can do is you can leverage your PLR by using it to create a stream of income that's recurring. Let's say that what you're doing is you're taking several PLR video courses, you're giving people one a month. And so what you're doing is you're providing people a specific kind of value every month. And what you're doing is you're generating some kind of recurring revenue for yourself. People call that a membership site. You call it whatever you want to. I like to call it a learning center. And there are really 2 ways to use PLR inside of a membership, right? 2 ways. First, you can make sure that when someone walks through the door of your membership, that they see everything that they're getting. So in other words, you're leaving no stone unturned. And so you're making sure that you're getting videos to cover everything that you don't know. So everything that a customer could actually want to know about for a particular method, you're not going to leave anything to chance. You're not going to leave it to chance. For example, they don't know how to set up a website. So you're going to get PLR on how to set up a WordPress site. And you're going to make sure it's complete. Instead of you trying to record one little snap video where you're just going to kind of breeze through the subject, you're not going to assume that your customer knows that already, right? And they're going to get your skimpy little video where you're explaining to them, 1 or 2 steps in the process. What you're going to do is you're going to get an entire course on setting up a WordPress site so that they set it up, understanding how to do things like making sure it's secure, making sure they have all of the right plugins in order to get started. You're going to give them a complete training, a complete education on all of those little things inside of your course, even though you're going to stick with the high-level method that you're trying to teach them. And so basically, you're going to make sure that your customer is getting everything you promised them in the sales letter and then some. They're going to know exactly how to use whatever it is you're telling them they're going to be able to use. You're also going to have reference content, and that's what we're talking about here. That basically what you're doing is you're giving them and you're covering all the references. You're covering all of the tools that they may or may not know how to use. And basically you're purchasing that reference content as PLR so that you can have it inside of your membership. Now the second use is to also give your customers unannounced bonuses inside of your membership. Anytime someone is paying you monthly, what you want to do is you want to make sure that you are surprising the people that are in your membership. So they're always getting something new. They're always getting something that they didn't plan on getting, and you're making sure that they get it. So let's now talk about the 2022 way of rebranding video content. Previously, it was just a brief introduction to what PLR is, but when the customer completes the video course, you should be the person that they remember. That's why you're rebranding. So anytime you're doing the rebranding, all you're saying is that you are going to be the brand they remember and not just the trainer. And so anytime a customer completes a course, your voice should be the last one that they hear. And you're doing this because you want your customer to associate you with the higher order strategy and not just the particular how-tos or the reference content, right? You don't want to be associated with the reference content. You want to be associated with the thing that's going to give them success. And so the old school method of repurposing videos has been that you can revoice with slides into transcript, and that's what a number of people really want to be able to do. Some people add in bumpers that you're adding on those bumpers I described earlier to the front and the back end of each video. What you can also do, obviously, is you can add a video to the beginning and end of the course where you're summarizing things for your buyer. And then you're also adding those context videos in, and we also talked about adding in our transition videos. And this is a really great way of being able to do it because you're creating an entire video explaining to them why what they just saw in the PLR video is important. And if you've got a specific niche, that's going to be very important that you actually provide the content and not assume that your customer actually understands how to apply what they've learned. Again, let's go back to the example of you being in the dog training niche and you buying a Facebook ads video PLR course. You're going to provide the context for dog trainers or for your particular market or for your particular niche. So one of the ways that you can rebrand videos, and again, we're talking about the 2022 way, is to use platforms like StreamYard in order to rebrand your videos. So if you go inside of StreamYard, you're basically going to go into create a broadcast inside of StreamYard. What you're then going to do, instead of creating a live broadcast, is you're just going to go to the record only section of StreamYard. So again, once you've created that broadcast, what you're then going to do is you are then going to upload your PLR video to this particular area, right? So this is where we're going to take the video that we actually want to rebrand and redo. And we're going to remake that video so that we'll then be able to have that video ready for us to be able to have rebranded. And then once you have that video inside of StreamYard, what are you going to do? You're going to hit the play button and you're going to record your own comments. So you know you've got a lot of options here. You can actually re-record this video, especially if what you're doing is you're uploading a video without sound. What you're doing is you're adding in your commentary, right? You're giving context within the actual video. And so instead of actually going back and sticking on bumpers, you're recording the bumpers along with the video, or you're re-recording the video in your own voice. And this is an easy way for you to be able to do that because when you hit the play button, this video is going to play. Now again, the only way you'd be able to do this, you'd have to upload a video without sound, and then you'd have to hit the play button in order to have the video play. What you can also do here is you can add in a slide presentation. So you can interrupt the video in order to add in slides, right, if that's what you have, or you can add in yourself. So you can see those three modules at the very bottom left of the screen. You can add a slide presentation. You can add in the video and let it play, or you can add in your own face or webcam. So all of those are ways that you can actually add in and make that video different and rebrand the actual video. You can do the same thing with GoToWebinar. You can do that same rebranding process with GoToWebinar. When you get ready to create a webinar inside of GoToWebinar, what you're going to do is you're going to add in a video in the Engage Your Attendees section. That's where you're going to do it. Now I will say this, GoToWebinar will actually allow you to add in a YouTube link. However, when you create the recording, you are not going to be able to record that video over it. So that video is not going to appear if you put that YouTube link in there. That's just so you'll know. Basically, you're going to be able to use this facility if you upload a video and you allow that video to play during your live webinar. And so when you are going and you are delivering the webinar, there is a place for it, where they're called uploaded videos inside of your screen. You are going to display the uploaded videos. And this is what you are going to do when you want to rebrand the video. You're going to allow the video to play, and you're going to record over using your comments right in that actual video. And again, what's going to happen then is that you're going to have a video library, and you're going to have a video that's going to be processing that you're going to be able to download and then use for, your rebranded video. Now again, that's a good way, but there's a better way of being able to do this. And that's to build a video learning center. And basically what we have been teaching people to do is to build an entire video learning center or membership. And it's basically for you to become the Netflix of your individual sub-niche or niche. If you think about that, what would it take for you to be the Netflix of your niche with all of the necessary, all the necessary video courses to help people to be successful? And basically what you're going to be doing is you're going to be building a continuity offer. You're going to be able to be building a membership for people. And if you really want to think about it, people really are ready for this. Now, they're used to paying for subscriptions for the content that they want. So think about Disney Plus and HBO Max and Netflix and Prime. There's room for all of them, and some people are paying for all of them, right? So people are ready for being able to or having to pay for the content that they need or want for their own life or for their own business. And basically what the value proposition is that you're going to give people all of the content that they could possibly need, and you're going to keep it updated, and all they've got to do is pay you one monthly price on a monthly basis, right? That's the value proposition. And so basically the reason I say that this is a better way of rebranding your PLR is because you're not going to now focus on rebranding the videos. You're going to be focusing on rebranding the entire Learning Center offer, right? That's what you're going to be doing. And so what you're going to do then is you're going to take all those PLR courses that you have, like on Facebook, Clubhouse, Twitter. They're all going to then be secondary to any of the niche-based content that you provide. So your membership is about your niche, right? It's not just about Facebook, Twitter, or all of the PLR video courses that you actually add. It's about the niche-based content. And so you are creating a membership, and you're going to create what I call a mafia or unrefusable offer. And basically that means your Video Learning Center solves all the problems that your potential buyer has. You're taking away those problems. So when you make the offer for the monthly price, they're going to have to pay it. It needs to be an unrefusable offer. So it's impossible for them to say no because you're solving their problems with your membership. And one of the ways in which you solve all their potential problems is you add the high quality content to the membership. You can add in interviews that solve the problem. You can add in training that solves a problem. And so what you're doing is every time you determine what the problems are that the people who are buying your membership are going to be having, you add additional content that will solve those problems. You make the offer an unrefusable one, and you make it impossible for people to leave. You make it impossible for people to refuse your Learning Center offer. Now, the way you do this, for those of you who like to offer the funnel, is you're going to offer your front-end offer. That's going to be your offer. That can be the PLR course you're going to be selling. And then the very next offer you're going to show people is going to be your Learning Center offer. That's where you're going to be pitching for them to become part of your membership. And of course, if you want to do something after that, then you can also move people up into your signature offer like a high-ticket coaching. In some cases, though, your Learning Center offer is your signature offer broken up into 12. Now, one of the things that you need to be aware of is that, when you're positioning yourself to sell this offer, you don't have to be the expert on everything. That's really what your PLR does for you. You are positioning yourself as an educator, right? You become an expert by default when you do this, but you are positioning yourself as somebody who can teach people on anything, and you're going to get the answers on anything. And you're going to get the answers on everything. You can teach anything and get the answers on everything. It makes you a problem solver, right? That's what you're doing with your information, your membership, your Learning Center. Your attitude isn't that you know all the answers. You don't need to know all the answers. You are going to be the person that gets the answers to anything that somebody commits to paying you on a monthly basis, right? You're going to get the answers. That's why you put together a Video Learning Center. And you're going to be able to do that effectively with PLR. You do that with PLR. You go and you get the answers and you load up your member area. You load up to your Video Learning Center with all the answers to the questions and the problems that people are having. Okay, are there any questions that you might have? If there are no questions, I want to encourage you to take a look at our StreamYard course. You can take a look at that at impc.ws/sy. You can also become a Digital Retirement Rebel Insider, and that's really where you get the best of what it is that we have to offer. You can check that out at impc.ws/14day. And if you want to become part of our mailing list, you can do that at improfitscoach.com. Okay, that's all I have for today.